He's dirty, isn't he? He's dirty.
You dirty old man.
What's up, YouTube?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's good.
What's up, YouTube? Hello. So this is Mark Lamarr, part 2, uncensored and live. I'm not sure when it was recorded, a while ago probably. I saw him a while ago in, I think it was Watford. So I don't know if he's still doing stand-up. Maybe I'll have a little look afterwards. But first, a word from our sponsor. Oh. Anyway, so I've gone out of focus. Got to sort out this. You get a level of professionalism on this channel that you won't see many places. Fucking hell. Good. So, Mark Lamarr, part 2. Let's dive literally right in to this.
So how many of you think you're adults? How many of you think you're grown up? You fucking aren't. You never will be. Believe me, when you leave here tonight, that's the end of your life. We've got the addresses of all of you. You're in big trouble. I'm coming around your house afterwards and shouting through the letterbox. I don't know what, but something funny I'll think of later on. I should have thought of something funny then. I realise I should have gone and shout, you know, gherkins or something through your letterbox and then petrol bomb your house, but I hadn't thought of it at that point, and it wasn't. By the end of the show, I'll have thought of something really funny to shout through his letterbox. What's your name? Right, I'll shout, you know, Ben or something like that. But something funnier, you know, like Ben Dover or something, you know, something, I don't know, well, I don't know, I'll just kick his fucking head in. I don't know what I'll do. That'll save me having to think of something funny then. I'll just kick him in the face and then that'll be the, oh, it's getting aggressive now, isn't it? Isn't it, Ben? Oh, Ben, you pitiful waste of humanity, you really are. Sorry?
That's why you're a comedian and I'm not.
Yeah, that's why I do the talking and you shut your fucking mouth. Sorry, that's about the same rule, isn't it? I'm only kidding, Ben. Not about the punching your face in, but just about the shutting your mouth. Anyway, I always thought, when I was younger, I always thought that by the time I was 30, I would be a man, and that's all I've ever wanted to be in life. I've never wanted to be successful or entertainer, and that seems to have worked out as well, but all I ever wanted to be was a man. I wanted to be like my dad, and because he was a grown man. And how many men are in tonight, by the way? Say, like, one. And you could tell he was a man, because he went... Which doesn't count really, because men, there's a thing about being a man, you can't, unless you've like swum the channel or something like that, or you're Spartacus or something, you're not allowed to be called a man. There's some weird, like Spartacus, who was going to lead this revolt? If it had been you, you know, it's not quite so cool as Charlton Heston, are you really? But you're not allowed to call yourself a man. Only one man in here had the nerve to go like that. And women, you're allowed to be women. How many women are in tonight? See? Like a dozen. There's like women, you're allowed to call yourself a woman. If you have the old, when Mr. Blobby comes to town, you're a woman, and that's fair enough. You can give birth to another human being, you're allowed to call yourself an adult, but men aren't allowed to do it at any point in their lives. And that's all I wanted to be when I was a kid. I wanted to be my dad. He could do all man things, you know, he could wear overalls and put up shelves and stuff like that. And I just think, God, one day I'll be able to put up shelves. That was my dream. I thought one day your voice drops and your balls drop and you go and put up shelves and no one No one teaches you. You can just put up shelves for the rest of your life. And then he could fix the car. I can't fix a car. And no one ever taught my dad to fix a car. But it wouldn't work. And he'd look under the bonnet and he'd twist something and it would work. He just knew because he was a man. I know now he'd untwist it the night before to show off to us. You know, I know now. But still, a cool man. And I always wanted to be a man. And in our society, we don't have a point where we can say we're a man. You know, in primitive tribes, they say, like, you know, leave the tribe, go and fend for yourself, go off into the desert and kill a deer. Not in the desert, in the forest. In a desert, that would be a real hard one, wouldn't it? And, well, what does it look like? You just find one. You want to be a man in the forest, go and kill a deer and make yourself a hut and fend for yourself, and you can be a man, and that's fair enough. We don't have that. And I always thought that'd be nice if we had that. And then I saw this documentary on TV about this tribe in Papua New Guinea, this fantastic tribe called the Matsos tribe, very primitive, and they all, you know, live in huts and canoeing and hunting and stuff like that. And they have all these weird little rituals. They have one when the women, when it's time for them to menstruate, they all menstruate at the same time. You know, women will do that when, you know, together, when they live together. No, you don't know that, but they do. That's a rule of natural life, is that women will all menstruate. When it's a full moon, it's time for them. It's true. That's absolutely true. I know you're looking at me like you're a buffoon, but it is. I've researched this in my mind, and it is actually, I know you're a woman and you're thinking, oh, I know better than you about that business, but this is a fact that women will naturally, when it's a full moon, that's the time, moonstraw or something, I don't know what it is, but there is, and all the women in this tribe, that's when they know, when you know, it's a full, it's like showbiz. No, it's not bollocks. It's actually, oh, well, you've done studies on this, have you now? You fucked me off twice now. It's 3 strikes and you're out, I'm telling you. No, it's absolutely true. That's naturally, when I know you're all looking at me dazed, and not only that, but you're thinking, why are you even mentioning this? But it's true. Nuns, for example, nuns all, you know, come on at the same time, and it's true. Do you think this is just all a really elaborate wind-up? But I've brought you all here to tell you a farcical fact of nature, and then you're all going to leave, and I'm going to be going, oh, I got one up on that stupid crowd. It's a fact. And these women, that's when, you know, it's like showbiz, like lights were on, and these women go off into the forest, and they sit in their menstrual hut, which isn't made from menstrual, it's a hut where they sit and and that's how they know. I don't know how you know, like you seem to be some expert on it, but I don't know how you know. How do you know when you've come on? Is it, because men don't know, none of us, he probably does, old fucking mouthy down there. Didn't know much about Livingston, but the old menstrual cycle, this man's an expert. Any of the women in the audience got any problems down below, he's the man to go and check it out. No, you're not on, yeah, I don't know if that's the way you do it, but how do you know is what I want to know. How do you, is it like, because men don't know, even if you were a gynecologist, you wouldn't have a man would, oh, I don't want to, you know, but is it like a suction, oh, can you feel it being pulled out of you? Or is it a trickle? Is it a trick like, is it a... Anyway, so how do you know? Go on, tell me. Because when I was talking about it, you were going, oh no, fool, oh no, fool. You don't have to talk about it. Fair enough. It's a comedy club, fair enough. But you have had one. Because that would be, you know, if you went a few months, I know, like, when you're pregnant, you go a few months without having one, but if you just naturally did, that would build up a lot of pressure, wouldn't it? Whoa! Head for the hills! The next Spice Girls video, there when they're doing all the kicks, put on ball and just firing stuff out at the cameraman. It's just a beautiful idea. Anyway, so that's all I'm saying. I'm just setting up what the scene for this tribe. Whether you believe it or not, this is what happens. All the women go off and they menstruate and they sit in their hut and do whatever you lot do during that time. And the men, they're not allowed in the hut. But I don't think they'd want to go, to be honest. You know, I can't imagine them out in the forest playing darts or something. And let's go and check up on the girls. I don't think they'd be, you know, too pleased to see them. But what they do, the men put sticks up their noses and make themselves bleed. And it's a beautiful thing that they do. And they don't get all ratty the week before. They just do it. They don't moan about, oh, I can't do anything with my hair. You don't love me or anything like that. They just do it and get on with their business. And it's a beautiful thing. Anyway. When it's time for the young boys to become men, when they're 7 years old, that's when they first learn to become men. They learn all the tricks of the trade. Go off into the forest and kill a deer and make yourself a rude hut. And the final part of the process is they have to get all the strength and knowledge and wisdom from the elders of the tribe, these old men that have been involved in many battles and killed many deer and made many rude huts and stuff. And the way they get this strength and knowledge and wisdom is they have to drink the mystical fluid of the semen. They have to drink the semen of... This is true. You can go as much as you want, but this is what happens in this tribe. And I don't know if any of you know anything about drinking semen. I'm hoping it's not completely out of fashion nowadays, but there's only one method, and that's from the tap. And the 7-year-old boys, before they're allowed to become men, they have to gobble off the old men of the tribe, and it's the mystical fluid, and it makes them strong and wise, apparently, and that's the excuse that the old men use. Anyway, Did no one see this documentary? You're looking at me like you got a sick, diseased mind. This actually occurs in the world nowadays. And because the funniest bit of the documentary was when they were interviewing one of the blokes and they said, did this happen to you? And he said, no, I didn't do it. I heard about it and I didn't get involved. You know, it wasn't my cup of tea. Well, he didn't say that, but he just said, I didn't get involved. I ran off and left the China thing. And they said, what, not even once? And he went, who told you? And that was, you know, I thought, if that's what it takes to be a man, you know, I'm not that interested, mate, to be honest. I can leave it there. I think it's a working system, because in our society, our elders are our bosses or our teachers or whatever, and if we were late for work on a Monday, you know, 9:05, and the boss is going, oh, you're late, it doesn't really matter 5 minutes. But you do have to know that this job is what provides you with your living. You need the strength and knowledge and wisdom to cope with that thought. You need to get your fucking... Go on, get your head down there. Go on, get cracking. Because if that was the system we lived by, none of you would be late for work on a Tuesday. That's all I'm saying. All at once or not at all, believe me.
Very good. Yeah, he's dirty, isn't he? He's dirty. Yeah, I like. Yeah, he's just. He's quite brave, really, isn't it? You know, ask. I think that's what I remember when I saw him live. He's quite adversarial as well, isn't he? He sort of attacks the audience and sort of lays into them and makes them uncomfortable, and sort of tries to piss them off a bit. And I'd imagine if you're in that room, you probably feel slightly scared. You're laughing, but it's a nervous laughter, you know, like he might come down off the stage and smash you in the face, which is good. It's a good quality to have as a comedian, I guess. But no, he's very good. Mark Lamarr, what can I say? He's one of the best throwback to the 50s type comedians probably that this country's ever produced, and I think, you know, if there were more like him, I think possibly Brexit would never have happened. So there we are. That's my comment on that. Anyway, good, and I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and press like, subscribe, notifications button. Then leave a comment. Leave a comment below as well, because that helps, and share it. You know, share it with your friends. Talk about it. Go, oh, I saw this brilliant YouTuber. He's really funny, and he does comedy, but then he talks about it a bit at the end. So do that, and we'll all be happy.